Okay guys, sorry for the lighting, but welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. I really hope I can help you in some possible way. So today I'm not sure what we're going to work on. I'm trying to decide if we should do an activity or if we should do something else, but I wanted to show you a couple things. This is just a vision board that I made a couple years ago. Believe it or not, this is like a mansion. I think it's actually Britney Spears's mansion. So yeah, I would like a house. Let's see. I would like a house. I love jewelry and bracelets from Pandora, and when I see this bracelet from Pandora, I think of the Pandora like engagement ring as well. Beach bliss, I want love, job success, fun, fearless life, new best buds, beach bliss, be a bronze goddess. Yeah, it was just a silly one I did for fun, but I thought I would share it with you because it's so easy to make a vision board, you guys. All you gotta do is get literally a piece of paper. This is just a regular size piece of paper, and just cut some stuff out that you like. And I put feel the heat because I want to live in Florida, and see what you come up with. Just try it. Just give it a try. It can even just be a plain white sheet of paper, and you could color it, or you could even do like a stencil thing or like a rainbow thing. You know, when you like scribble and then you color it in and make stained glass. You can do a couple things. Another activity I would love for you guys to do for yourselves in recovery, being in recovery, is list 10 activities that you really enjoy doing. I put reading, writing, learning, making jewelry, bike riding, going to the gym. Number 6, swimming, beach, lake, pool, shopping, going out in nature, going to meetings, being a speaker or a sponsor, doing hair and makeup, and dancing. And then the next activity is, the next part is write the last time you did those things. And then I think A plus P. I'm not sure what the A plus P here is. And then write down if it costs money and how much money it costs. So there's just a little quick activity you can do. I listed 12 activities I enjoy doing. So there's that. Next, I would like to go over, I actually wanted to do this other activity. If you guys aren't into those two activities, if you don't feel like making a vision board and you don't really feel like writing 10 activities that you enjoy doing right now because you're just down in the dumps or whatever, try to make a little t-shirt. Make a little t-shirt on just a tiny little square piece of paper like this. And I want you to write on one side, right here, inside. And that's going to be how you feel on the inside. And then on the other side, write outside. And that's how you're going to feel on the outside. And decorate the t-shirt. Write something on the shirt. What's the inside of the shirt going to say? Or what's inside of you going to say? And what would your t-shirt say if you were representing the outside of you? So to give you an idea, this is what I did. I wrote for the inside, love is lost. Love's lost. That's how I was feeling at that time. I was feeling like there's just no hope. Love is lost. I give up, like that kind of thing. And I wrote down insecure, unloved, unwanted, lost puppy, and lonely. Okay, so if you guys, are feeling that way, I'm really, really sorry, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get you out of that slump. But I can promise you there is light at the end of the tunnel, okay? And so on the outside, what I felt like I was representing on the outside was, I'm kind of a people pleaser. I'm a little bit of an empath. I'm a fixer, that type of person that just wants to help people. And and see people succeed and see people do well. I don't like seeing people suffer. It really gets to me a lot. So on the outside of my t-shirt, I wrote above is love, which means, you know, I believe in God. I believe in spreading love and all that. So above is love, love's lost. Isn't that quite the difference there? And for that I wrote spiritual, friendly, unconditional loving, and loves everyone. Love everyone or loves everyone. So that's my little activity. I would love for you guys to comment below what 10 activities you really enjoy doing and let me know if you decided you were going to make a vision board, and let me know what your t-shirts say on the inside and the outside, because that is literally the first thing right here. This is where I put my t-shirt. Above is love, right there. That's where this was. So that's why I decided to address this as one of the first activities to do with you guys. I also have in my binder here a list of meetings, and then this is just a pamphlet about how your family can benefit from physical activity. And then behind here is peer feedback. So I read my first step out loud. We all had to read our first steps out loud. And this is all from my peers. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's about 8. And then here is just a patient information sheet to remind me a little bit of what my work was. Like the first one is sponsor log, autobiography, first step. So it was a bit of homework I had to do. And then behind this is a lovely letter my mom wrote. And if you'd like to see it, it is pretty long. Hold on. It's literally huge. It's this big, long letter. So my mom wrote that to me right before I left for rehab. And maybe someday I'll read it to you, but not today. So that's something very important that I keep in here. And then lastly, I'm just showing you this because this is like the very beginning of my book. Test your knowledge on drugs and drug abuse. So this is just a fun national drug IQ challenge. It says in 2009, what percentage of 16 or 17-year-olds drove under the influence of drugs or alcohol? 1.2%, 3.6%, 6.3%, or 10.7%? Try to guess what the answer is. The answer is C, 6.3%. Which of the following statements about the popular ADHD drug Adderall is true? A, it can make a person smarter. B, it can help a person focus even if they don't have ADHD. C, it causes your body to need less sleep. Or D, none of the above. Well, the answer is none of the above. So see, it's a drug IQ challenge, and these are the questions. Okay, so next, a study that followed 1,000 people for more than 38 years showed that people who started smoking marijuana regularly as teenagers actually lost IQ points as they got older, and they never got them back, even if they quit as adults. On average, how many points were lost? 2 points, 4 points, 8 points, or 12 points? Try to guess. The answer to that, I'm going to premiere this, so if you guys are here, I would like you guys to type the answer in as you're watching. The answer is 8 points. So imagine 8 IQ points dropped from your IQ. Sorry, let me put my lights on. Just from smoking a little bit of marijuana. I have nothing against it. I actually currently still have a medical card. I am still on the sidelines of what I'm going to do with it, if I'm going to keep it or get rid of it. I don't know. But it expires after a year, I think. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be coming up on that year anyways, so I don't know. We'll see. Next, some young people who abuse opioid painkillers like OxyContin switch to heroin. True or false? Let's be real, guys. We all know it's true. 5. Tobacco is the leading preventable cause of disease and death in the U.S. It causes about 1 in every 5 early deaths, about 1 in every 20 early deaths, about 1 in every 100 early deaths, or about 1 in every 200 early deaths. The answer is A, about 1 in every 5 early deaths. Okay, let's see, number 6. Alcohol and marijuana are the drugs most abused by teenagers. What comes next? A, ecstasy / MDMA, B, cocaine, C, bath salts, D, prescription drugs and cough medicine, or E, tobacco. I'm sure I'm going to get some interesting answers for this one. Yes, it is E, tobacco. 7. What is the most common 2 drug combinations that results in death? Alcohol and cocaine, marijuana and alcohol, C, prescription painkillers and alcohol, or D, prescription painkillers and LSD. The answer is, ding, 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 C, prescription painkillers and alcohol. Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. This isn't funny. We have heard a lot about the dangers of drugs called bath salts. Which things are true about bath salts? They can cause paranoia, hallucinations, and violent behavior. B, they are made with amphetamine-like chemicals called cathinones. C, people often end up in the emergency room after taking them. D, they often contain unknown ingredients. Or E, all of the above. And yes, the answer is all of the above. Sorry, let me just tidy up here. Okay, next. K2, or spice, refers to a variety of herbal mixtures that produced experiences similar to marijuana, but in some cases more powerful and unpredictable. Which fact is not true about K2 spice? A, they are more popular among boys than girls. B, the active ingredients come from natural plant material. C, they are abused by 8% of high school seniors. D, some teens have had heart attacks after smoking them. E, flavors are sometimes added to encourage you to buy them. That one's a tricky one, so I'm just going to go ahead and give you the answer. It's B, the active ingredients come from natural plant material. That is the fact that's not true. So the rest are true. That one is not. Okay, number 10. How about how many 8th graders have tried an inhalant to get high? A, 1 in 5, B, 1 in 10, C, 1 in 25, or D, 1 in 200. That one's pretty obvious. The answer is B, 1 in 10. Okay, so that was just a quick activity to go through. Let me just put it back in my book here. So next, I think I'm going to read you some of my things I wrote when I was feeling it, if you would. These are just 2 to remind me, like, I went to Banner Behavioral Hospital in Scottsdale. There's prohibited items, no phones, TVs, computers. It's just a little reminder of everything. Valuables to be secured: your license, your keys, your social card, your birth certificate, employee badges, checks, credit cards, food stamps, cell phones, cash over 20. It's kind of to remind me, like, do I really want to go back there and be institutionalized? Like, no, I really don't, but it does help. Don't listen to the people who have done rehab 30 times, okay? It takes a couple times sometimes, but it doesn't mean it's impossible. It doesn't mean it's a waste of money. Some people get addicted to rehab. I kind of miss rehab, to be honest. It helped me so much. I wouldn't mind going back. everybody thinks I'm so against it, and it's like, no, I'm not. I would love to. It's not a vacation at all. It's a lot of work, but it's so helpful in so many ways. Like, even if you don't need rehab and you go, you're still going to learn so much from it. Like, everybody should kind of experience some kind of rehab, if in my opinion. Okay. And so, like, this one is guidelines, support groups, speak up, intro to 12-step, the staff, prohibited items, the philosophy of the villa, program schedule, and then right side assignments. So patient information sheet, autobiography, sponsor log, first step, goodbye to chemicals, and hello to recovery letters, aftercare plan, relapse prevention plan, goodbye to group, and then second and third step. So next, we're going to get into some prayers. These are some of my favorite prayers, so I'm just going to end it with a prayer, and then we'll continue a little bit more next time. I just want to try to make my videos a little shorter, because I know people's attention spans are like this nowadays. So I don't want to bore you, and I know some of this information might be boring right now, but again, there's a lot to dive into. So these are some of my favorite prayers from the Big Book. So, okay, so the third step prayer. God, I offer myself to Thee, to build with me and do with me as Thou wilt. Relieve me of the bondage of self, that I may better do Thy will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those I would help of Thy power, Thy love, and Thy way of life. May I do Thy will always. So that is one of my favorite prayers, and there's quite a few here. There's quite a few prayers here, so I'm just going to end it with that. I hope you guys got some good info from this. I know it wasn't much, but I know the last video was a lot. We covered a little bit of a lot, and it was a little heavy, so I wanted to like lighten this one up and just give you a few facts, share a little about me, show you a little bit of my binder and stuff like that. So next time we'll dive deeper into some real stuff that's pretty helpful. Okay. I love you guys. Don't forget to stay sober, and what's my saying? Freedom, love, and serenity. Okay, love you guys.